Now when them fights go down, the lights go down. If dimmers in the village, people might be round. They say that all the people gon' like me now.
Alright, so being the complex person that I am, I have come out to people as 3 different LGBT type things. In 7th grade, I kind of accidentally came out to my parents as bisexual, and they were cool with that. They were more not okay with me. They thought I was too young to be involved with someone, which was true. I was. I was 12. But they were pretty cool about that. And then in either late my freshman year or the beginning of my sophomore year, my parents would always ask me, do you think you're bisexual or do you think you're gay? And I'd always be like, stop asking me that, what? But I told them I was gay, I think towards the end of my sophomore year, and it was common knowledge. We didn't even really have an open dialogue about it in my family until about a year ago, and since then I've been very open about my sexuality with them, and it's been very dandy. But then, obviously, this summer, this is my first video. This is my first video I posted since my discovery of myself, so I guess I should kind of go into that, and it actually works pretty well. I think, my coming out stories of being, gay or bisexual are kind of not, mine are really simple, really easy. My parents are really accepting, my family's really accepting, so I wouldn't be able to give you much advice on how to handle unaccepting parents on that, but I think that maybe I could say some stuff about the transgendered community and how to come out as transgendered, which is what I currently identify as. Okay, so I realized that I was transgendered this summer, but I was too afraid to tell anybody, except for a few people maybe knew that I was questioning it, and I was genderqueer. I talked to my family, but kind of in the hypothetical, what if I was this? I talked to my girlfriend about it the most, Kate. She's been extremely supportive. But at first when I came to college, I introduced myself the way I've always introduced myself. I introduced myself as Rachel. This went on for 2 days tops, and then I met some people, and my first instinct was to introduce myself as the first male name that came to mind. The first male name that came to mind at the time was Declan. So a few people here know me as Declan, and that's comfortable, and I don't mind it at all, but my preferred name and what most people know me as, my professors and stuff, is Bennett or Ben. And that feels pretty good. People are being really respectful of that. And then I told people, just randomly, it'll come up in conversation, because someone will be like, she or her, and I'll be like, I prefer male pronouns, and they're like, oh, okay. And people have been really respectful of that and trying. It is kind of awkward, because I don't want my life to be surrounded around what gender I identify as, and it shouldn't be that way, but in our society, gender does control a lot of what we do, and I don't know, it's necessary for me to be to stop the conversation and just be I identify with male pronouns, even though some people may feel uncomfortable with it. I'm not trying to throw it in anyone's face, I'm just trying to be who I am, and I think it'll get easier as there are physical changes, which hopefully I'll get on testosterone in the next few months, hopefully fewer months, but we'll see. I have to do some health insurance stuff, but I'm really comfortable with it. the way I told most people, especially people who don't go to my college, was I changed my Facebook name. And then I posted this status. Hang on, I'll read it to you guys. I did it in the most informal way possible because I was too afraid to do it any other way, I think. So I said, obviously this is different. I don't know how to explain this except for the change of name. Ask me any questions and I'll be very happy to answer. Now, obviously, I was very vague. I didn't even mention what was happening. So maybe a lot of people just thought that I decided that I didn't like my name and I was changing it, as opposed to I don't identify as the gender that my body identifies me as. Like, I don't like being perceived as female, and I never really have, but I never really had the revelation that you could be male if you were born female. And like the transgender community, to me, I thought it was just dressing up as like cross-dressing. I basically thought that's what it was. I mean, I was a little more educated than that, but I definitely didn't have a very vast extent of knowledge. And I think the people, actually what helped me to realize it most was YouTube. Like Caden, Drunken Lullaby, something, I can't remember, but he helped me a lot to realize some stuff. And then Skylar 11 or something, I don't know, but like I learned a lot from them, and I just found myself, I could compare myself to them in so many ways, and I felt like I was on the same page as them. And eventually I was just like, yeah, I'm transgendered, I guess. Not I guess, I am. But to actually say that, it took a lot. Like, at first I was like, call me this name. And then I was like, I don't know what pronouns I like. And it's just been a process, and some people are getting confused. But my girlfriend helped me the most when she was like, she basically asked me if I wanted male or female pronouns, and then she asked me if she should refer to me as her girlfriend or her boyfriend, and she asked me just questions in order to make me feel more comfortable and to help her further understand what I'm feeling. And that's been fairly effective. I'm not really in a great position to give advice. I guess I'm really new to this. It's working out for me though, so it's working out for me so far, probably because I'm really outgoing and I'm really comfortable with who I am. And so for me, it's easy for me to stop people and just quickly correct them, or just let people know. Sometimes it's still really hard though. It is. And it's only been like a week, so of course it is. But I don't know, hopefully I'll have some better updates later. I currently, to clarify, identify as male with male pronouns, and my preferred name is Bennett, or Ben, I mean, whichever. I hopefully will be on testosterone soon, so that it's less confusing for people with my like physical appearance and my voice. But I don't identify as a straight male, and that's just how I felt. And I think that's why I never really had difficulties in coming out as gay, is because it just felt right. It didn't even feel wrong. I just liked girls. That's all I knew. And yeah, I have to go to work, and college is hard, but it's fun. So I will see you guys next week.
Sooner. Later.